Hello, everybody. How are you? This is Uncle Bruce coming to you with Juvenile. How are you doing, Juvenile?
I'm good, Bruce. Thanks, and it's a good pleasure, great pleasure to be here again to discuss, interesting topics.
Very good. So, I'm going to share it on the screen like we do always with the topic we're going to talk about today. So let me show you the topic here. And let's get down here and here. Here we are. How artificial intelligence is helping us decode animal languages. So that's the topic today, talking about how AI is helping us to understand languages of animals. Okay. Have you ever seen that movie with Eddie? Ever seen the movie with Eddie Murphy?
Yes, I saw.
So
I saw.
So that
And there is a new one with Robert Downey Jr. And the title is quite similar to Eddie Murphy's one, Dr. Dolittle. I think it's the same.
Okay. So it's like a second version, huh? More recent version.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but in a different part of time. It's something more. It's like in the 8th century or something like that.
Okay, very good. So, what are your thoughts about this article and what the author was writing about with us understanding animals using artificial intelligence? I think it's pretty interesting.
Yes, quite interesting. It's about what hold my attention is, the fact that AI is, has been used to understand the language of animals. So in the future, maybe we can hear and understand what our dog is saying to us.
That would be pretty interesting.
which is very interesting. And the main objective of scientists is tied to sustainability, preservation of life, the animal life, the wild life in the planet. And for me, it was very, very funny to think something like, what if all animals decide to sue us because of, a lot of decades of abuses against them?
Well, look at the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
The chimpanzees and the other species of apes and monkeys, they are kind of smart in some areas, okay? And even some of the other animals are very smart with some of the things that they do, the way that we perceive them doing what they do. But for us to actually hear what an animal is speaking to us, that would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. When the cat purrs, okay? Or when the dog barks. I always wonder, what is the dog barking about? What is he saying? Because it's like, in my neighborhood, I can hear many dogs, okay? In fact, when I have friends come and stay here for the night, they say, man, you have an opera of dogs singing out there, talking and barking. Because, like, man, so many dogs. It's like crazy. So I use a fan to drown out the sound. I use a fan to make a constant sound so I can't hear the dogs at night or the cars going by or something. But it would be nice to understand what they're talking about. Hey, come on over to my house. We're having a barbecue tomorrow. We're going to almost a cat.
Exactly.
Okay, for cat lovers, I'm not against cats. Okay, but you know, the dogs,
Yeah,
they bark a lot to communicate with one another. So it's pretty
exactly.
cool to see or to understand that, but it'd be even cooler to understand what they're saying. You know, the dogs barking with each other all the time.
Hmm. Yeah, it's something that will change the game forever. Because, you know, I think if this come true, it's something like, could be, to have a conversation with your dog or with your cat as somebody that very well, and to start a conversation about the weather or the stuff that you have to do in the other day. So it's
Yeah. Well, listen, Fido. That's a name they use in America for some dogs. Fido. Fido, here's some food in this can for you. And you open it up
yeah.
and he says, dude, I want filet mignon. I don't want that stuff in the can. Come on, man. So
Exactly.
it might be a little bit weird, the conversation, when he gets down the road, that if they actually are able to connect the sounds of the animals to understand what they're talking about, if we try to talk back.
Yeah.
Okay? try to talk their language. So that'd be funny too. The Japanese. Huh? Go ahead.
Yeah. No.
The Japanese have created a little device, like a little phone, and you speak your language, English, into this device, and now the other side comes out Japanese or Spanish or Italian. That exists. They do have this technology already, but they still need to perfect it a lot. But at least it's something that you can use because, I'm involved in teaching English and helping people to understand how to speak English. But if you have a little device, well, you can go anywhere in any nation and talk the language of the people. That would be pretty cool. You just speak what you want to say.
Yeah.
It comes out the other end, what you want them to hear. Of course, if it makes a mistake, it could be a big mistake and you could be in big trouble. So you have to be careful, make sure it's working well.
Yeah, for sure. When I went to Turkey, a couple years ago, there was a guy who is the guide of a ride that myself and my girlfriend did at that time, and he didn't speak any word in English.
Which language did he speak? Only Turkish?
Only Turkey. Yeah, only Turkish. Yeah. And he uses it, a lot of time, the Google Translate or translation,
Translator.
and to communicate with me, he spoke something in Turkish, and the Google translated to English or Portuguese in order to me to understand what he wanted to say or to communicate. But I can say it's not so accurate, the Google translation in this case. I can trust totally on the software in this case.
Yeah. Well, this AI that they're trying to use to understand what people or what the animals are saying, they use lots of different algorithms to, enter into the system, and then databases of sounds. And I still don't understand 100% how they're going to do it. But I know with AI, they have different sources from around the world. There are like, 8 or 9 billion people on the planet. And, many people are putting information into the system. And so it analyzes everything and it funnels it down to some logical information for us to use to understand. So this is what's happening. They're using AI to create ideas for us to use based on what many people are saying and what many people are indicating could be a reality. And so this AI technology of gaining knowledge about many things is very good, very good.
Yeah. In this case, I think the main challenge for scientists is to find a pattern in the sound that animals, emit, or some behaviors and sounds as well, to understand what supposedly they are trying to communicate in this case. And again, it's a very interesting thing, and change the game, in a deeper way. Because, for example, in this case, if we start to communicate with them, I think it's something like, to treat them as equal, like not a human being, but a creature with intelligence, with suffers.
Yeah, they all have a level of intelligence. All creatures have this. All creatures have that.
Exactly. So I think the immediate thing that will happen is for us as human beings to become vegetarians. Yeah, because this change in mindset.
Yeah, I just I read the Bible, and sometimes I remember a story like with Balaam. He was a prophet, and he was riding a donkey to go to visit a king that wanted his services, and the donkey stopped. The donkey wouldn't move, and so Balaam was beating the donkey. Come on, man, let's go. And so God gave the donkey the ability to speak. He says, man, why you keep hitting me? Okay. And then Balaam's eyes were opened and he saw an angel, a large angel, blocking the path. And they said, oh man, I'm sorry. So he was beating the donkey because the donkey saw the angel and Balaam didn't. But then he saw him, and it's like the donkey was given the ability to talk and say, dude, why are you beating me? Come on, man. So, it's interesting. If animals could talk to us, it'd be incredible. And if we could talk back to them, it's very interesting. I talk squirrel language. Okay, so because when I go to the park and I see squirrels, I make that noise, and they're always like, "Hey, what's that sound? Somebody's trying to talk to me. What's going on, man?" and I sing to the birds. Okay, I like to imitate the sounds of the animals because Grandpa and Grandma used to teach me that of living on the farm, talking to the pigs. Okay, talking to the ducks. Okay, I know how to make all the sounds, so I just don't know how to put it in an order for them to understand what I want to say, and I don't understand them yet. Okay, so eventually, when we get the ability to understand what a particular sound is in their language, we can talk to them. We just need to imitate their sounds.
Yeah.
We're almost there, man. We're almost there. We can make the sounds sound similar to their sounds. Because I'm telling you, when you make the sound of an animal, they're listening to you. It's like, what? What are you trying to say? I don't understand anything you're saying. It sounds like an animal that I am, but it's like, you're not talking right, man. So it's interesting to think about this concept of using AI to understand. And I was reading also recently about AI helping the medical field understand how to do surgery better than they are doing now, okay? To do a better incision, maybe even using robots, because robots are used already for surgery on humans in some cases. Like right now, my sister is in the hospital, you know, and she has a lot of pain. She had surgery, actually not, it was kind of like a surgery, she had biopsy on her liver because the doctor said, hey, we need to see what's going on with your liver. So they did a biopsy, but then after that, she had pain. She didn't have pain before. I don't know if she had pain before, but I don't think she did. Maybe a little bit, but I don't even know if she had pain before the surgery, biopsy, I mean. And so after the biopsy, she said, I have pain. And so this is almost 2 weeks later, and she's still hurting. Well, today they're going in to do another surgery, and they're probably doing it now as we talk about trying to find out what's going on inside her body. But AI, they can say, okay, do this, do that, do that. Okay, humans, do it. Well, I'm telling you, because we already know based on all the information from India, from China, from Mexico, all these different countries, all the doctors, they did the same surgery. And when they had a problem, you can check these two things. It's one of these two things is the problem. Normally.
Yeah.
Okay. So they have to go back in and do surgery again. But AI, I'm sure, is something that they could refer to understand what might be happening. So I don't know if they're using AI, but I think a lot of people are. Scientists, doctors, everybody, especially a lawyer. Think about a lawyer using AI. They have all these laws about all these things. It's like, okay, where do I find it? To do a research about one law could take you days. But to prepare for a case in the court, you need to do it. Okay? So AI has a great purpose in our lives. It's just that with AI, the people who basically kind of control it, they are also trying to monetize. You're trying to make money. So if you want to get this AI information, you need to pay us some money. Okay? Money will make honey feel good. Okay? So that's the only problem is that Facebook, all these different groups of AI, they're creating all this information using databases based on our request for information and our discovery of information. They're consolidating that and funneling it down to a great response to a question that we might have. And so when it comes down to research about animal communication, yes, it's probably going to be available sometime in the future. Maybe not tomorrow, but maybe in 3 years, 2 years, we're going to have ability to understand what is the dog saying. Okay, the dog says, hey, I have to go outside and pee. Come on, man, open the door. Okay, so it's going to be interesting. But I really believe that this technology of AI getting all the information from all the different humans, which we have many humans that are all intelligent, and some have a lot of processing power. And so they will help us with the AI functioning, with understanding all these things. And talking with animals is one. So interesting topic.
Yes. And, you know, if, again, if this situation would come true, would be for us a good opportunity to learn more from animals, like, you know, maybe something about medicines, new medicines or new treatments, for example, because, you know, maybe animals has this knowledge. I don't know.
Well, I read a story. I read a story yesterday or the day before about a squirrel. Like it's called a gopher or ground squirrel. But anyway, it was a squirrel and there was a rattlesnake. This is in Florida, I think. Okay. And the squirrel, he stopped. It was in a patio area with plants and things like that. And the squirrel stopped. The squirrel felt he could get away, but he was warning the human. Hey, dude, be careful. Be careful, because I'm out here on the patio and I know there's a bad boy snake, a rattlesnake over there somewhere. So the squirrel was looking in that direction. The human said, oh man, that's weird. Why is that squirrel acting like that? Well, the human was smart enough to say something's not right. So the human was being very careful. And then the human heard the little rattle of the rattlesnake saying, hey, don't come any closer. I'll kill you. Okay. I'll strike you. I'll bite you with my venom. And so the human learned something from the squirrel, that there was danger there. There was something not right. And it was a rattlesnake. And so the human called the snake handler, a snake catcher. They have these guys in, I think they probably have them in Brazil too, but they have them in the United States. When you have a problem, you can call the Humane Society. That's the name of the animal. It's called Animal Shelter and Humane Society, which is the place where if you don't want your dog, take it there. They'll take it. Or if you don't want your cat, or if they find cats and dogs on the street, they don't leave them there. Here, I'll explain. But they take them to the shelter. They take them there and they wait for somebody to come and say, I want to adopt that cat or that dog. Okay? That's called an animal shelter or a humane society in our government system. We have this name. And so if the animal does not get adopted within 1 week or 2 weeks, they normally do a euthanasia. They kill them in a humane way, if you will, if you want to call it humane. But they don't have money to keep feeding the dog or the cat forever. So they wait for a couple of weeks. They advertise that we have dogs and cats for somebody to adopt. And normally you have to pay some money for the dog or the cat, because they make sure the dog, before you take the dog, they neuter it, so the dog cannot have, or they spay it, spayed, because they need to make sure the dog's not going to have babies, because we don't need more problems. So they do that. And so you have to pay for that service. They also do immunizations of the dog or the cat. Okay. And they do that before you take the dog as a pet. And so there's a little bit of money, but it's not much. And it's to help pay for the government services. So, that's just the way it is. It's different from the United States, because here in Brazil, the dog is holy. The dog is holy, because in India, the cow is holy. The monkey is holy. And the rats are holy, because that's the way it is in their society. Okay, in Brazil, it's the dog. I'm telling you, in the United States, there are many dead dogs on the street, because the dog crosses the road and the car, bam, goodbye, dog. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Or any animal, raccoons, rabbits, squirrels, deer. Of course, if the car hits a deer, the car is badly damaged, okay? And it's possible that people could get killed. Possible they could get killed. So in Brazil, the dog is highly respected. And the dogs know where to cross the street normally. They go to the crosswalk and they go across like a human. It's like crazy, man. They already speak our language. We just need to learn how they speak. So we need AI to help us.
Exactly.
But it's interesting because the dog is highly respected here.
Yeah, dogs and for some people, cats.
Oh, yeah, but the cats are very agile. The cats can jump and cross, and the cats are very keen and very smart about, staying out of trouble. Normally they are. I know that they have this expression, curiosity killed the cat. Okay? That's because the cat did something they shouldn't have done. Okay? But it's not common that they get into something they can't get out of. Normally, they're very able to get out of a problem that they get into. But dogs not so much. So the dogs, when this dog is crossing the road here in Brazil, I noticed that people slow down, let the dog cross, and then they continue. In the United States, you're in my way, man. I'm gonna run you over. I'm telling you, it's a different society, a big difference in the society
Yes.
and how the animals are considered. In the United States, when I go down a country road or in a forest, I see many dead animals because the car or the truck hit them and killed them. Because there are many animals in the United States. Many. Not everywhere, but many places. In Brazil, they don't exist. They're not here anymore. They got killed or something. I don't know what happened, man. Why don't we have a lot of animals in Brazil like they have in the United States? I don't know. And in the United States...
No, it's something new for me because in my idea, I thought that was the same in USA and Brazil.
I'm telling you, in the United States, there are
about dogs.
Many wild animals in the United States, and many, dogs that are, in the streets. They shouldn't be. And so, like I said, Humane Society or the animal shelter will pick up the dog. Like, hey, there's a stray dog. We call them stray. Okay, there's a stray dog in my neighborhood. Please come get them. And so they come and they get them and they take them to the shelter. But in Brazil, the dog lives on the street. Everybody kind of puts a thing of water there or some food for the dog. So the dog, he can live on the street. No problem, man. It's the neighborhood dog.
Exactly. I think this is the reason that exists a lot of NGOs, that work with abandoned animals.
Here in Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I've seen some information, but not that much. So you say there are a lot of NGOs, NPOs that are
a lot,
there to help the animals. Okay, good. Yeah, so it's a different society. In the United States, it's like the dog should not be in the street. If the dog's in the street and I'm going too fast, I can't stop or slow down. Sorry, dog, you're gone, man. See ya. That's the way it is. Sometimes you see a dead cat, dead snakes, dead rats, everything. Dead, lots of raccoons, possums, lots of dead animals on the highways, on the streets in the United States. Compared to Brazil, I hardly ever see a dead animal on the street. Hardly ever.
Interesting.
Yep.
I didn't know.
We need to talk to them and say, okay, in the United States, we also build bridges for the animals. So if you have like a forest and you have a group of deer, they cross the highway here, they build a bridge for the animals to go over the highway. Not always, but sometimes. If it's a main, we say a main trail for the animals, and many animals are going there, they will build a bridge for the animals to go over top with dirt, trees, little trees growing there for the animals to feel like it's part of their nature, part of their area to living. And then they use that. And hopefully the deers don't cross and get killed down in the other area. So it's interesting the way that the Americans do some things, but it's not a perfect society either. They have problems too. So but anyway, so it was good talking about the animals today. Talk about talking with the animals. In the future, I believe it's going to be a possibility. Maybe not to a great extent, but to some basic things about communicating with them. So it's going to be cool to see how this all develops over the next 2 to 5 years.
Yeah, for sure.
So, guys, we need to say goodbye for today, but we look forward to seeing you the next time around. Juvenal, thank you again for bringing this great topic, an interesting topic. So, look forward to talking again next time. See you guys later. Uncle Bruce saying goodbye.
Thank you, Bruce. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks, Juvenal. Bye-bye.